Hello everybody, this is Naomi. I am back today to do another Halloween DIY. Pretty simple. What I've got some of the spider webbing, and I've ran a clear string through it and tied it at the top. What I'm going to make is I want to capture like a ghost in a jar. So that's what I am attempting to make out of this. So what I'm doing now is I've got the top the way that I want it. It's rounded. So now I just want to kind of pull this and give it the odd shape. What's going on? Okay. Just kind of give it that odd, long, tapered shape, but I want to do it easily because I only want it so big, because I got to make it fit in the container that I have for it. And I will show you, just kind of, that's the thing that I've learned, just kind of keep doing just like that, and you get the straggledy, because you don't want it to be perfect. There's one of those thicker strands that I hate. But you never can get them to, there we go. So, I'm just going to leave it just like this. Now, my container is just an old Folgers Instant container. And it has the fold-up lid on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my string here, but I need to figure out, let me put my lid on. But I need to figure out, because I want him to look like he's dangling. And because I want him to look like he's floating in the container. So I'm gonna say he needs to be glued down about here. So now what you do is just take your hot glue, put you a bead here, pretty good size, put your hot glue fingers, ladies, if you, now put your glue dollop right there. Give it a minute to cool off and hold that in there for you, just like so. Be careful not to burn yourself. Now easily put your ghost in, close your jar, and there's your ghost dangling. Oops, dangling. I got a bad, let's see, where is it? There we go. It's not so bad that way, but it dangles. And I'm going to go, hold on 1 minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take me a pair of tweezers. I got me a set of googly eyes. I'm going to hold the googly eyes and put me just a dollop of glue on it. You don't need a lot. Undo the string, bring it over here, and just set her down, just like so. And we'll do another one. Put a little dollop of glue. And do your spider webbing. Bring this one here. Set it here. Oh, it'll be alright. You won't be able to see it. But there is your... Now let's put them back in the container. And there is your ghost in a jar. Isn't that pretty cool? Quick, simple, easy. And I'm going to paint this top black because I don't want it to, and then I'm going to do some decorations on it as well. Do I want it black or do I want it brown? No, I'm going to do it in black. So I have to open up a new bottle. I finally emptied off my last bottle. Come on. Okay, so now let's paint the top of this black. And it'll probably take a couple of coats. Or you can leave it with the little bit of the reddish tint. It's not going to hurt it. But this was just a simple DIY. You can use any little container that you can get from Dollar Tree or Dollar General and just glue the fishing twine to the top of the jar lid and hang it. I just happen to have a bunch of the Folgers containers. One of the people I help take care of gives them to me all the time, and I've got them in the big size, the medium size. So, and I use them periodically through my room. I've got cotton balls in them. I've got pom-poms in them. I keep the plastic off of oranges and grapefruits. Containers like this. And I use them for like fishnet mixed media pieces so that you've got, you know, a little more detail to a piece. And this dries pretty quick. And I'm not worrying about the inside. I'm just doing the outer coat. And then I gotta get me a label printed up. And if you're not looking real closely, you can't see the string holding it up. So, but there's one little quick DIY. And I'm going to let me get my paintbrush cleaned out real quick. I'm going to let that dry. I've handmade me a label. I wanted it to be different, so I've handmade me a label, and I put Pet Ghost. This is what I'm going to put this as. So now I'm going to take some vintage photo, and I'm going to go around my edges and kind of age this. Just kind of easily come back in and just lightly tap. Just enough to change the white to a kind of a brownish color. but I want my edges darker. And then that seals up any of the white edgings as well. And one of the things that I've decided to do with this, I don't want this jar to just set on the, the table itself, or the shelf itself. So I'm going to paint this black candlestick, and I'm going to put it up under here. That way it'll be propped up and you can see the ghost just a little bit better. So let me go get this spray painted real quick, then I'll come back and we'll do some more detailing on the container while this is drying. Okay, so I'm going to fix this, and I don't need it very long. That's the good thing, because all I'm going to do is tie a knot here. And just like so. Okay, so now we're going to run the twine through the back of the tag. Run it through here. And just lightly, I always seem to do this backwards, excuse me, because I want the pull on the front to where I can easily fix it to where it's not going to pull anymore. You know what I mean. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue. So run your string through here and just, like I said, lightly pull it to where it stays here. And what I do is I pull up that string just a smidget and put a drop of hot glue whenever it's hot. Hold on. Okay, now we can put just a little bit of a glue dot right here. And then you're going to pull that up and just hold it in spot. That will never slide again. And it gives it a little seal. You know what I mean? And it holds it perfectly in place. So now, let's see. Is there anything else I'm wanting to really? Yes, there is. I want to put a little bit of my black cloth on this, because I kind of want to drape the back where you can see the ghost a little better, if you know what I mean. So it doesn't have to be real thick or whatever. I just want a small square. Just like so. going to kind of drape it just like this. Okay, so I want the tag to be here. So I think what I will do is I'm just going to nope, I'll just put this bag up the way we had it, like this. Just like that. I'll put this back in a knot. Okay, so I'm going to take in a little bit of glue around the top, just like so. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to pull it over where I want it, and I'm just going to lightly take my rubber finger and lightly tap so that it will stick to the glue and stay where I need it to be. Okay. And then, like I said, we're just going to pull this down, kind of drape it, just like so. And I think I'm just going to put a dollop right there, and pull that right there, and get that to stay. And let me get back over here and sing. Sorry about that. And the same with this here. Just enough to get it to stay basically where I want it. Like so. Because I want the ghost to be able to be seen. But I want it to look like it's flowing naturally, if you know what I mean. So, we'll put a little drop here, and just tack that like so. And we're gonna pull this here. We're going to put a dot here. And see how it kind of helps it to where it darkens it to where you can see the ghost a little better. My lighting today is just crappy because the sun is just bright and nice today. I'm not griping, please don't think that, because I know what's coming. We've already been having some cooler days, which I love, but I am definitely not ready for no winter. And where I live, it gets pretty cold. Okay. So we're going to leave that just like that. I'm going to take... Sorry about that. I don't turn my phone off because of my husband and my daughter and my granddaughter. So I just tried to avoid any calls whenever they come in. So Now I'm going to put this just like this on the top. And that'll hold that firmly in place, just like so. So, there is our happy little pet ghost. So, and I will be I'm going to shut some blinds here shortly, and we'll get some more pictures of it. And then I still got to put the candle holder, this thing here, so that it's up where you can see the ghost a little better. Because I was looking at it, you know, if it's just sitting on a low shelf, you kind of have to get down eyesight level with it to really see it. And that's not what I want. I want you to be able to just really see it, if you know what I mean. So, it looks pretty good. With the little ghost eyes, and I'm the bit, well, no, he's good the way that he is. So let me get some see if that's dry so we can get it on the bottom, and we'll go from there. I'm going to put a few things on the top to help kind of cover up some of this glue. So I have found a spider, and I've taken some white and just highlighted the bends of the legs, like where the sun or the lighting would hit. And I'm going to put some glue down and put him on here. So I'm going to put him right here. Hold him down for a minute. So that he adheres to and then I'm taking this little mouse and I'm going to put him down on top too. Let me get another glue stick. Okay, I'm trying to get in screen so you can see what I'm doing. Put a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here, here, and around here. I just want them to kind of stay in place. Don't have to be nothing major. Knock off all the little cobwebs. And I'm going to set this one right here. Just like so. And I'm going to take my pointy tool, make sure his feet are touching good so that it glues down. Just like so. So there's that. Now, it's time to put this underneath. And I'm just going to use hot glue because once this goes on a shelf, it won't be moved. I'm going to get a good bead. go. Okay. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm debating on whether I want to put another mouse here or do some kind of decorating at the bottom. Haven't decided just yet. Trying to figure it out real quick. Okay, I think we're going to. I think I'm going to put me a bead of glue around this little triangle. And get it started. Just like so. And I'll show you in just a second. I'm just trying to get this to round around this, where it gives it a little bit of just a little bit of bling, if you know what I mean. And we'll get all the spider webbings off from the glue. And we're just about back where we need to be. Okay. Okay, so now I need my pink handled scissors. So we're going to cut off one little piece. So I can glue this one down. Okay, so let me come back and get all the little spiders. Okay, so here we go. Here's the top with the spider and the mouse on top. Here's the sign that I made, and here's what it looks like around the side. And here is our friendly little ghost. And here. And what I did is down here, I come around the edgings and put just a little bit of bling. I didn't want to overdo it, but I put a little bit of bling here. And we are going to call that done. And there is our friendly little ghost in his home. So, give me just a few more minutes and I'll come back with another DIY that we can do real quick. Okay, I've already started this one and I didn't realize that my camera wasn't running. So all I've done is taken these neat little jar and I have put some peat moss, Spanish moss. No, it's not the Spanish moss, but it's the moss. And I put some in the bottom. And what I've done, I've taken 2 of the skeletons like this here. And with something that I've learned with this, it's so much easier. Because some of these are not very durable and they don't want to bend the way that you want them to bend. So I have found another way to bend them, and I will give you an example. And you can put them, just about shape them any way that you want. Take your lighter, and if there's any kids that's watching this, it's not supposed to be, because this is for 18 years and older. Please be supervised, because you can be burnt, or you can cause a fire, and we don't want that. So, what I do is I just take and lightly hold my flame behind where I want it to bend at, like in the joint. And you'll see it'll start trying to move. Then I take a pair of needle nose pliers and I bend it however I want it to bend. And I just hold it there until it stays. That way you don't have to cut them apart, glue them back together, and then worry about them falling apart. And if you don't like the position that it's in, just rewarm it back up and you'll watch it. It'll straighten back up. And if you want to just straighten it back out, take your pliers, hold it until it gets cool again. You don't have to hold it tight. And there she is. But I do this with the elbows. I do this with the joints here and the arms. See how I've got the arms here bent here? I bent them here. I glued, once I got the shape that I wanted, because some of the skeletons are different. Like this one, the legs was really floppy. So I just took me a little bit of hot glue and glued them in place. That way they wouldn't move. But other than that, quick, simple, easy DIY. Like I said, you can get any of these little containers from Dollar Tree, Dollar General, any kind that you want. I'm going to be putting some other things in the curio inside. I'm going to get some little tree limbs and some little stumps and stuff like that you can put in there. I'm making my label. It's going to say "Till Death Do Us Part," and it will hang here at the top. I'm going to put some twine around it. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get my twine open. Let's see, where are you? Right here. So I'm going to make a loop, just like so. I'm going to hold that loop like that. I'm going to bring it up and over and around. So you want to make sure that loop stays up top. And you just keep wrapping until you've got it where you want it. Like so. And I want to put a couple more wraps, because I want it to be pretty much okay. Now we're going to clip it. We're going to run this piece through the loop, just like so. Then we're going to come over here, and I'm going to pull the extra from the bottom up till it looks like that. Now we're going to take this, we're going to pull it down, keeping this inside. Pull it down till it's firm. Then you're just going to pull it underneath, and it's going to lock it underneath that twine. And then you just come back and you clip it there, and you clip it there, and it's tied off. Pretty cool, huh? So that's part of what I'm going to do to this. Like I said, we're going to make the tag for this, and let me get what I need to make that. Okay. And one of the things that I've learned when trying to make, because I want to make like a tag, I just lightly bend it over to where it's even, and then come in and make my angle, and then that way both sides of your tag comes out the same. So now I'm going to glue this onto a black background because I want it fairly stiff. And I want to add some different characters to it, you know what I mean. Because I want some of my things to look like they're new, some of my things to look old, some to look open, some to look like they've never been opened or used. Okay, so now I'm just going to come back and I'm just going to cut out what needs to be cut out. Just like so. Don't have to be perfect. but it looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna get my brown again. Okay, what did I do with my... There it is. And I'm just going to lightly hit the edges again. Don't have to be perfect, I just want a little darker around. Just like that, just lightly bump it. I mean, leave some of it where it's got that original color. And there's that. And I'll get my... I like this hole puncher. And I'm going to center it. It's just a hair bit off, but it'll be alright. No biggie. So now I'm just going to take a small piece of twine. I like the thinner for this. Run it through the back. Oh. There's that. I'm going to run it through just like this. And I'm going to do this one just a smidge different. I'm going to put the glue on the back side because I don't want it to be seen. There's that. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to get my black. Let me see. Wrong tip. I've got different ones that are in different. There's my 8. And I want to put till death do us part. Okay, so here is my tag, and I'm going to put it right like this, and I'm just going to do a little tie on the back. Almost didn't leave enough string. Hoping I can get her in there. Oh yeah, there we go. And I'm just going to leave that just like that. The good thing is it can set over the top, off to the side. So let me get my other elements to go inside of the container and we'll go from there. Okay, I have found me a little tree to stick off in there. But I've also made a little plate that looks like chicken legs, lettuce, and old potatoes that I'm going to stick in here with some food, with some water, and that'll just show his dying love to not eat, just to be with this woman. So I'm going to put his plate of food here next to him. Just like that. Okay, where am I going to put his water? And see, I just took a, like a lid, painted it, and then put glue in it to represent water. So, now we're going to put a little glue on the bottom of it. And then I grab a hold of it with the, and we're going to take, and we're going to sit it right here on the back of the tree. Okay. And I'm just putting some little green leaves like they had fallen off the tree. And we are now going to call that done. So I hope everybody likes the two that we've done today. If you have any questions, ask. I'm more than welcome to do this again. See, there they are. There's their food, there's water. So, if you like my video, hit the like and subscribe. Help me keep crafting and help me keep growing. I will be back with some more DIY Halloween to go with my witches curio and my witches station. So keep your eyes open and let's keep crafting.